you guys actually had a very exciting match. Good to
Yeah.
watch it. And Benfica. And when I was watching the first half, I was like, all right, Arsenal not making use of the chances, but I didn't feel like there was under threat. Because Benfica wasn't really doing anything.
Yeah.
Brenner was very comfortable. And then I saw a big kick, and Ceballos has a wonderful assist, but to the wrong team. And, first a foul and whatnot. And Benfica got in the game because of two mistakes from Arsenal. But eventually, class was showed and he got the result. I know you're not happy with Arteta because, particularly, he's sitting a baller that you would think would have gotten game based on performances that he was putting in. Because Nicholas Pepper got a hot streak of form, and then out of
Yeah.
nowhere he found himself on the bench.
But before you even start, a point I want to add to that. You feel like, what has transpired over the last couple of weeks with Pepe kind of set him back.
Yeah, it would.
Okay.
And I'll tell you why. So let's address the Pepe issue, right? So last season I was defending Pepe, right? I was saying new to the league, the ball I like. But I think the change in coaches are 3 different coaches in one season, and I don't think he wasn't Unai Emery's first choice, so and that was clear. Junberg came in, that temporary thing. Arteta was experimenting and stuff. I would say, okay, this season now, I watched him at the start of the season. I don't think he was getting enough chances in the league. When he got his chances, he looked a little bit off pace, right? But he was getting it done in the Europa League, so I was saying, okay. I can't see it and I say, you know what? This probably not going to work out, Pepe, but in the Europa League, he was getting it done. And I realized that the formation that we were playing in the league was completely different than in the Europa League. We were playing 4-3-3 in the Europa League, and he was shining, right? He was one of the outstanding players in the group stages, right? We weren't playing that 4-3-3 in the league up until about December when Smith Rowe was fit and we actually played with a proper number 10. And we actually converted now from the back three, from 3 at the back, from the 3-5-2 or 3-5, to the 4-3-3. And I was saying, okay, now we're playing a consistent formation right through. So you actually have a number 10. So I guess you can see now you're playing, Aubameyang play sometime through the middle. And you flank him with, I saw one game with Saka and Martinelli, Saka and Pepe. And Pepe started to play some football. You understand? You can say, okay, not to say, all right, then Pepe is playing at a world-class level, but you can see glimpses now as to why you would actually spend some money and get this baller. Yeah. And you can see why he was touted before he came to Arsenal, right? Found some form, getting on the goals, he was tracking back, he was doing everything. He was doing all the work on both sides of the ball. Thoroughly impressive, right? So, okay. Bring in Martin Odegaard in the January transfer window on loan. And he just started bench Pepe. Now, I'm saying, for a footballer who was struggling to find form and confidence, the worst thing you can do to him is, at that point in time, you bench him. And then you bring him in the City game. You play 3 games there, you don't give him a look in, right? And then you can bring him in the City game. City is the toughest side in the league right now, and form and in terms of the quality of the squad. It's the worst game for you to show up in, right? I think a game, so we play Europa League in the week. You play Emil Smith Rowe out wide. You play 2 number 10s on the field. You play Odegaard in the middle and you play Smith Rowe wide. And you have Pepe on the bench, who was at that point in form. You play Leeds now. Now Leeds is a high pressing side. A side like that, Pepe would have a field day against them, given how he plays. Yeah. You bench him. Didn't even bring him on. Right? Up 4, you bring on Willian, you concede 2. Right? So if you're trying to build back, Willian lost the ball in the first 5 touches and we concede a goal, As Willian come on, we concede, right? And I'm saying, Willian is a ball that was battling for confidence, and I can kind of get the mentality where saying, okay, you know what? This ball is battling for confidence, so up 4 and comfortable. If he's ever going to get something, this may be the game. And I would say even
so that means he's not going to ever get anything?
I don't know. I would say even we saw Ole do it, right? Which game you guys were up significantly, and you start bringing on another baller.
Yeah,
it was Southampton game. Yes, you bring on another baller. You're up 4 in the second half. You're comfortable. The side is clicking. Bring on a Willian. I don't have a problem with that at that point in time, right? Mm-hmm. So I would say okay, because you have the Europa League in the week, and you have the City on Sunday. Europa League can start the exact same side.
So I have a question. Is it all right? If you're looking on form. Who was doing more for the team? Is it Emil Smith-Rowe or Pepe?
Pepe at the time.
Okay, because I'm wondering I'm pretty sure Odegaard have something in contracts him have to play.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Him have to play. Him not going to come if him not guaranteed play. So that's something that they probably work out in him contract. And I think probably that's why Pepe suffering.
But him start every game since he got in the first start, he's been starting every single game.
Yeah.
And here's my thing. You have 2 number 10s on the field. You have a game on the weekend, you have a game midweek, and you have City on the weekend.
But
Why start 2 number 10s on the field?
So you're right, but I think probably Arteta don't trust Pepe enough. I don't believe Pepe have the quality, and he must say, look here. By the time we play that Emil Smith-Rowe ball that has been giving me that bit of creativity, more consistent.
But over the last 5 games, Pepe has been in form. So if you didn't trust him before, and Arteta himself in the same week by his own admission says he's getting everything he wants from Pepe, and he hopes he continues. His interviewers ask him, okay, how do you feel about the form of Nicola Pepe? He said, I am thoroughly impressed. I hope he continues. Right? You are impressed with the baller. Everybody is seeing it and we're saying, okay, we can finally see why we bought this footballer and why you don't want to spend so much money for him. And then you start benching man. Over the last 4 games, you started him once. And it's against City. Once.
Yeah. In a game that you wouldn't have much of the
And
ball.
it's a game that you're not getting a lot of possession. It's a game that a player like Nicolas Pepe would not get a lot of joy. That's the game that you start him, and that's the game you bench Emil Smith-Rowe. Right? It's like I set him up to fail. He don't perform good against City, and then when you go you bench him again. I am saying, even in the Europa League, he has been getting it done in the league. He's on form. He is probably our most informed baller in the Europa League. We played 2 games.
Okay.
And
since Willock leave.
No,
Move the man.
Move the man. We don't talk now. Sure. Right? Pepe in the group stages, Pepe was getting it done. That's the truth, right? Emil Smith-Rowe came on the latter part. I think he played the last group stage match we had, and I think he came on and scored a goal because he was just coming back from injury. But up to that point, we're saying why Pepe can't do what he's doing in the Europa League in the league. That's what everybody was saying, and we're joking about it and said, "Boy, Pepe is a Europa League baller."
Mm-hmm. So I think.
But again, dampen confidence.
He get it wrong. Arteta get it wrong, but I think Arteta make up his mind about Pepe already, right?
I think that's the problem.
So even when him start play good, the man say, well, I have to play this Odegaard baller here. Him have to play. Emil Smith-Rowe come back at Arsenal.
Yeah.
The team turn around. There's that you have that number 10. That's what you needed.
You need a number 10, but you have a number 10 with Odegaard. So the game that you're not gonna play Smith-Rowe is City.
Yeah. Pepe forget them on the break.
You understand what I'm saying? So and I'm saying even and I think that's the thing with Arteta. I don't think he's and I have question marks around his just even how he manages the squad. You understand? Because we say look at Saka. Saka has played almost every single game. Right? And we're saying even a game like a Leeds is a pressing side. Do some rotation. Benfica Thursday and City on Sunday. You can try to start the same side against Leeds again, start them in the week. The same exact side.
Well, what I say about Saka, a man that sat in that same spot there, come out and say he must play every game kind of 20. 20-year-old not forget no rest.
The real Arsenal fan.
The real Arsenal
fan. So what I'm saying is that if you're rotating the squad, I'm not saying that you mustn't play Saka because Saka is playing well, and especially in the game today, we saw why you have to play him. And Saka has been the informed player for the entire season. Yeah. He has been our best player so far this season. So I'm not saying Ben Saka. The point that I'm making is that you have to rotate the squad. You have footballers that are informed. You bring in Odegaard in the side. So fine, we can all surmise that he likes Odegaard. He brought in Odegaard, and he's going to favor players that he brought in. And that's the nature of most managers. But what I will say, you're 11th in the league right now. You're not getting done in the league, right? You have Europa League. You don't have the luxury of benching footballers who are in form. The man has been struggling since he arrived at Arsenal. Over the last 5 games up to the Leeds match, those were his best back-to-back performances that we've seen. Because we see him in small pockets. He have a good game here, and then next week him look subpar. And I think it's because of how the type of player that he is. Similar to what we're talking about Timo Werner. But I think Pepe has adapted his game, has adjusted his game to do what Arteta wants. Arteta said he wasn't tracking back enough. I see Pepe tracking all the way back. He's tackling, he's getting the ball, he's passing, he's moving, and he's in most games our most positive player. He's the only person when Aubameyang was even missing or in his drought. Pepe was always the player who was going to take on players and shoot. We don't have a lot of players in the squad that will take on players successfully, create space, and get off shots. He is consistently doing that.
Well, you do have one, but you start bench him too, like I said. Because he must.
You see, Odegaard coming in through the side out of balance.
No, man, Lacazette was benching before Odegaard came in. That's the truth.
Because Lacazette can play 10, you know.
Well, he was playing 10. I don't know if he can.
He played the 10 once, right? But what I'll say, and you're right, you know, Lacazette had a good run, especially when they were getting goals from anywhere. But what I'll say is that, so Lacazette was scoring goals in the run, but we really and truly benefited just from having a formation that fits the quality that we have on the field. That's the truth. We benefited from that. Simple. We were playing attacking. We were playing a more attacking formation because whilst we were, and even despite our poor performances, we are still one of the best defensive sides in the league, and I think we're like either second or third, you know, in terms of goals conceded. You know, we're just not scoring. That's our 11th because we're on the worst in terms of goal scores and chances created, and you're still benching goal scorers and positive forward players who are in form.
Yeah, Lacazette have to start for me.
He can't start Lacazette and Aubameyang because he have options wide now. That's the problem. So if you bench Lacazette, we're going to play Aubameyang because you have to play Saka. You play Saka either left or right. You have him, obviously he wants to play Smith Rowe. No man. Well, here's the thing with Aubameyang, right? Aubameyang scored a trick in the league against Leeds. He scored 2 today. The fact of the matter is that, you know, and I said it all the time. Lacazette will continue to do what Lacazette is doing now. Has been his career. He's scoring pockets. Aubameyang, you want him on form because he will give you the big goals consistently once you need it. And today,
that is true.
You needed a goal, and he gave you the goal. Yeah. So at the end of the day, I, as a coach, will always try to play Aubameyang in form. That's the truth because he will be consistent.
Well, and the same argument that why I play Smith Rowe wide, man.
Why?
Because Smith Rowe has consistently delivered, while Pepe now will give you pockets to
no, and I'm saying, no, what I'm saying, no, Pepe, you have not given Pepe the chance. You give Lacazette the chance. Okay. You're not giving Pepe the chance. Remember, Pepe was not starting even. He had a lot of players missing.
But Danny, I think after that Pepe red card, Arteta kind of write him off.
No, man, Arteta, no. You know why you can't say that? He got his longest run of games in the side after the red card.
Yeah, but I think that was because of necessity.
No, it wasn't.
Injuries.
Nobody was injured. Nobody was injured, you know. Mm-hmm. So even look at it. Willian was not up to when he benched Willian and take Willian out of the starting lineup. As poor as Pepe's season has been, he has still been more productive than Willian. Well, and he played Willian right up until December. Until he got to the point where it just looked so bad that he said, "Jesus, man, I have to bench a ball, you know." That's what I want.
Because, you know, you made that point, right? And you said, you're up 4-0 against Leeds. And Willian come on and within the first 5 touches, him give you the ball. Yeah. So you blame Willian for giving the ball, right?
Yeah.
Today, did you credit him for that equalizer for Emil Smith Rowe?
You mean for
Tierney?
Tierney.
No, not really.
Oh, all right.
No. So you are playing this. You give him a 3-year deal, right? And you pay a bunch, a whole lot of money, right? The man have 2 assists for the whole season so far. Not 1 goal.
Yeah, it does look
in all competition, this man have more starts than most other players in the squad. Attacking players.
I'm wondering if his contract have a feature there too. I mean, I don't know if they bring him in.
No, man. I
don't release it and I just
no, man, I don't
think. To be honest, and I'm not lying. Sometimes, and I think Arteta is a stubborn manager. Is that something you say all the time? You know?
Yeah, man, very stubborn.
Arteta look for Willian and said that quality is still there, but it's just not coming out. Sometimes it's Arsenal under pressure. And I'm going to go for Willian. I'm just
why? That's the why.
I said the ball here not showing anything week in, week out. Why are you bringing him on? You're just frustrating the fans and whatever.
Yeah, freeze and say, no, we need that with a glass of ice water.
But that's one point. You see, Willian at Arsenal is amazing. Like, normally Willian have a little shake and he got it by and get. I have not seen it anything.
You know why? Because Arteta tries to be too meticulous in terms of how he plays. Now, if you look at even how general Brazilians play with a little flair and freedom and looseness, Arteta doesn't play that type of ball. And I think that's why the players are suffering. So players like Pepe, more creative players with flair, they don't strive. You look at the players, I mean, Saka has talent and is skilled, but he's not a flair baller. Pepe is a flair baller, he's suffering. Willian is a flair baller, he's suffering because Arteta tries to be too meticulous. And it's like he tries to telegraph every single play. He doesn't give players the freedom to express themselves. And I think that's the reason why players like that will continue to suffer. You understand? Willian came to, and then he's stubborn because he brought in Willian, he has to make it work. And that's why he was giving him all the chances.
Arteta and tactics. Do you think that he's trying to be too much of the man that he had some guidance under, like a defensive Pep Guardiola?
Well,
at that time we said that Pep kind of overthinks and is just too strict in terms of his tactics.
There's a difference.
Pep has the players.
And not only that, I think Pep prefers flair.
Yeah.
So when a man kick with a ball, I only want him under immense pressure. You can see how upset Pep is.
Yeah.
He don't like that.
Yeah, he likes to play the ball out. And here's the thing with Pep, too, right? Pep had a big baller in his career. So Pep understand football. Arteta never a big baller.
You understand?
Yeah.
Arteta not a big baller.
You made that point that's not very important.
No, let me tell you about the point, right? Big baller understand the difference between flair and tactics. You have to integrate both of them. You have to integrate flair and creative players and tactics, right? Remember when Pep coming up? Pep was trying to overthink this forward line, and he had what you call him? Jesus in the side of Aguero. Because Aguero was not giving him what he wanted, but he realized that, you know what? Aguero is just pure class and he will get it done. So you can, as a manager, have your biases. And to be fair to him, that's the type of football he believes, that's his philosophy in football. So I understand he's a tactician by nature. That's how he is. So I can understand. I wouldn't say he's trying to be too much like Pep. He's just like Pep. So, they've been trading. Remember, even when Pep was at Barcelona, and by Pep's own admission, when he was at Barcelona coaching, when he was playing against English sides, he would call Arteta when Arteta was a player and ask him for his opinion on certain sides and how to set up. So I think they have a similar mindset and a similar approach to football, but they don't have the same players.
You're very unfair to Arteta in terms of play, you know? Arteta was a decent baller in his English career. He was a decent baller. That Everton for years.
Yeah, right? Exactly.
Exactly. He finished up at Arsenal, you know? No. Wenger bring him in, right?
At the worst point in Arsenal history. Remember that. Remember that. So hold on,
let me finish. Because I think you're right. I think there are different type of players. Because when I found out that Arteta was Spanish, I was like, yo, the man have no Spanish player. It wasn't that type of midfielder. See? So it's really him really coach. Him kind of it was a technical player in terms of him control pass and understand the space well. Yeah. But it wasn't that player that's going to dribble pass.
And that is how he reach where he reach in a football. Yeah. Because really and truly, Arteta is not the player that's going to give you a lot. Arteta is the player that he can say, okay, he's going to be predictable, but he's going to be consistent. He's a consistent footballer. But he's not that player who's going to take the game by the scruff of the neck, take on two players and create something. He don't have that in him. He don't have that telegraphing pass. He don't have that flair for take on two. That's not how he is. And that's how he tries to coach. So how he coaches, exactly. He coaches similar to how he plays. I think that's what's beating the side right now. You're stifling creative players, right? You're stifling some of the creative players. And at the end of the day, Arsenal is one thing you will never, and you have never accused the Arsenal side of, is not creating chances. And under Arteta, we have created the least amount of chances. I think at our worst, we were, 18th or 19th in the league in terms of chances created in December.
Yeah, that's really bad.
Arsenal, and at that point in time, we had the second best defensive record. You'd never associate Arsenal with best defense and not creating any chances. So you completely switched it. So no, we are.
Well, might go back to the one love Arsenal. You
know, but we're not. But we have to create chances. Yeah. He's not creating any chances, so you're not getting the one love, and that's a problem. And we don't. And even then, if you're building from a defense up foundation, we don't have the defenders to do it. You know,
that's true.
We have a defensive setup, but we don't have great individual defenders. I think that's a difference as well. So if to do that, you need great individual defenders. We do not have that. So you have everybody chipping in our defense, which stifles the creativity. Because you don't have... So David Luiz is not a great defender. Gabriel Holding have no sense, right? All those players are not.
Did you say Gabriel and Holding?
No, I said Gabriel is not great. Holding on a sense.
Okay.
Right? So we don't have great individual defenders. Pablo Mari Adam, you name them. Not one of those players are world-beating defenders. But we still have one of the best defensive record. Reason being, we are set up defensively. Everybody defends, which is fine. But we don't attack. That's one thing never accuse a Pep Guardiola side of not doing is attacking. So even if you're mimicking Pep's strategy, and I don't think they're the same. I don't think they saw eye to eye with everything, you know. I think that is it. So I'm an assistant, but I have my own idea of doing things, and you can see it. Mm-hmm. He is not set up in the same manner. And I said to Lane all the time, so we can accuse Arteta and say, oh boy, you don't have the players. And that's the reason we're not doing well in the league. And I think that's absolute rubbish. We do not have the 11th best squad in the league. We are better than that in terms of quality players that we have in our team. We're 11th in the league. Our squad is not that bad to be 11th. So he's underperforming when compared to the resource that he has. That's what I keep saying to everybody. So everybody's saying, okay, if you back the manager, give him the players, fine. You back the manager and give him the players. I agree with that. But you still have to perform with the resources you have. You bury your talent. You know, in a Bible story, the man burying son, burying talent. That's what he's doing. You have Aubameyang, who is one of the most lethal strikers in world football in his prime, right? You have other creative players who are better than where we are right now. Arsenal's squad is not 11th. So at the end of the day, he's underperforming regardless. Yes, we don't have the best squad. So if Arsenal was 6th in the league or 5th, I would say, all right then, yeah man, he's performing well given the resource that he have at his disposal. We need to back him now, give him more players so he can move up to be in the top 4. But he's 11th. Why would I back you if I give you these resources and I spend money and bring some players? You get move from 11th to 10th? That's not good. That's not good results. So I don't think he's utilizing the resources he has right now to say, give him more money, give him better players because he will do better. You're not doing well what you have right now. Arsenal has not been able to consistently defeat any side that's above them. We beat Chelsea once. We beat Man U, we drawed Man U. We have lost to every other side above us. Aston Villa completed the league double on us. Wolves completed the league double and Wolves is struggling in the league. And they completed the league double. Right? We're losing to a lot of sides. Leicester, Everton, all those sides have defeated Arsenal this year. I've never seen so many mid-table sides beat Arsenal in one season. Because what you can always accuse Arsenal of, you struggle against the bigger sides. So Arsenal always struggle against the sides in the top 6. Right? And that's where we always fall short. And again, lose a point here or there to a couple mid-table sides, but not consistently, and then again beat the lower sides. Arsenal is struggling against the top sides. Struggling against all the sides in the top half of the league. And then you're still dropping points because we lost to Burnley. Right? So those are points they can't drop. But Wolves completed the league double. Aston Villa just completed the league double. City completed the league double, which is expected. You have Leicester weekend that I don't see how they're not going to complete the league double as well. So what I'm saying is that you're dropping these points against these sides that should be the sides that you're competing with. Because the fact of the matter is Arsenal don't have a top 2 or even in my mind a top 4 squad. That's the truth. We're right below the top 4. So I think we're about between 7th and 57th in terms of the squad and where we should be. So a good performance is 5th. An acceptable performance is 7th. Anything below it is underperformance. But we are losing to all the sides that are in the top half of the side. I think we've gotten 11 points out of a possible 39 or something to that effect when we play against sides in the top half of the table. We drop 20 odd points. How can you say the manager is performing?
Danny, I know you're passionate, but just one final question and it's a yes or no. Arteta out?
No.
Okay. All right.
Don't make a difference.
Okay.
No, it don't make a difference, that's true, because you're not getting a manager that's better than Arteta, who is going to. I am very realistic about where Arsenal is right now. You're not going to get a manager who is better than Arteta, who you can't give him the resources that he needs. That's the truth. If you bring in a Allegri, you bring a Max Allegri, what are you going to do? Max Allegri want big baller. Arsenal not going to buy those type of footballers. If you bring in a big coach, you have to give him at least $300 million to spend. So it don't make no sense. That's the truth. Arteta has the safest job in England right now. I said it all a while. During his worst performance, worst run in the league, relegation form, Arteta did not at any point look uncomfortable in his seat.
I don't mind, I'm here, still black, still on.
The man not what kind of not fret
But
about.
I think Arteta, well, I don't want to believe at the point.